Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me carefully. If you're tired, if you're hurting, if quitting feels like the only way out, this moment was made for you. Because right here, in the pressure and the doubt, is where most people break, and where the few rise. There will be moments in your life when everything feels heavy, when progress slows down, doors remain closed, and the path ahead looks nothing like you imagined. In those moments, struggle arrives uninvited. And most people misread it. They see struggle as proof that they're failing, that they've taken a wrong turn, that it's time to stop and retreat. But struggle was never meant to stop you. It was meant to speak to you. Struggle is a signal, a message that says, you are standing at the edge of growth. Nothing that truly matters comes without resistance. Steel is forged in fire. Diamonds are shaped by pressure. And human character, real character, is built in moments when comfort disappears and effort becomes unavoidable. The struggle you're facing isn't punishment, it's preparation. When life pushes back, it's asking a question: how badly do you want this? Not with words, but with obstacles, with delays, with uncertainty. And the answer isn't spoken. It's shown through persistence. Think about it. If the road were easy, everyone would finish. If success came quickly, it would mean little. The struggle filters out those who only wanted the reward, leaving behind those willing to earn it. That's why quitting feels tempting in hard moments, because struggle exposes intention. It reveals whether you're committed to comfort or committed to growth. And here's the truth: most people never realize the struggle doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're being tested at the level of your potential. Life doesn't challenge the unprepared. It challenges those capable of rising higher. Every setback carries information. Every failure carries instruction. If you're willing to listen, struggle becomes a teacher. It teaches patience when you want speed, discipline when motivation fades, faith when results are invisible. The problem isn't that life gets hard. The problem is when we assume hard means stop. But the strongest people in history didn't stop at resistance. They recognized it. They didn't. They understood that struggle was not a wall, but a doorway. A doorway to strength you didn't know you had. A doorway to wisdom earned, not given. A doorway to a version of yourself that only exists on the other side of resistance. So when things get difficult, and they will, don't rush to pause and remind yourself, this moment is not here to break me. It's here to build me. Struggle is not the end of the road. It's proof that you're still on it. And if you refuse to quit right here, this is where the rise begins. Quitting doesn't usually arrive with drama. It doesn't announce itself loudly. Most of the time, it comes quietly, disguised as logic, exhaustion, or self-protection. It sounds reasonable. You've tried enough. It's not working. Maybe this just isn't for you. And that's why quitting is easy. It asks for no courage. It requires no endurance. It simply asks you to stop believing. Resilience, on the other hand, is never accidental. It is chosen, again and again, especially on days when the choice feels unfair. Resilience is waking up tired and still moving forward. It's continuing when results are invisible and encouragement is absent. It's standing in the gap between who you are and who you're trying to become, knowing the distance feels long, yet refusing to turn back. Most people wait for motivation to carry them through hard times. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes with emotion. Resilience is different. Resilience is built on decision, not feeling. It's the quiet agreement you make with yourself that no matter how you feel today, you will not abandon tomorrow. Understand this: the moment you choose not to quit, something shifts. You may not feel stronger instantly, but strength is being deposited. Every time you stay, endure, and push forward, you train your mind to trust you. And self-trust is one of the most powerful forces a person can possess. Life will offer you countless exits. Easy exits, comfortable exits, respectable exits. But resilience means using the exit when your purpose still lives inside you. It means recognizing that discomfort is temporary, but quitting often becomes permanent. Those who rise are not those who never wanted to quit. They are the ones who wanted to quit, but didn't. They stayed when it would have been understandable to leave. They kept going when no one would have blamed them for stopping. And because of that choice, They became people capable of handling more than they ever imagined. Resilience doesn't roar, it whispers. It says, just take one more step, and then another, and then another, until one day you look back and realize you crossed ground you once thought impossible. So don't measure yourself by how inspired you feel. Measure yourself by how committed you remain when inspiration fades, because resilience isn't built in moments of confidence, it's built in moments of doubt. Quitting is easy. Resilience is rare, and rare is what rises. Fear has a way of making you question everything. Your ability, your timing, your worth. It shows up just when you're about to move forward and ask, who do you think you are? Too many people believe the lie that fear is a warning. That if you're afraid, you must not be ready. But fear has never been a measure of incapability. It has always been a sign that something meaningful is at stake. Every person who has ever dared to rise felt fear first. Fear before the leap. Fear before the risk. Fear before the moment that changed everything. The difference wasn't that they lacked fear. It's that they refused to let fear make the final decision. Fear is natural when you care. Fear shows up when you step beyond the familiar. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're standing at the edge of growth. And growth has always been uncomfortable. The mistake people make is waiting for fear to disappear. But fear doesn't disappear. It quiets when you move forward anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action in its presence. You don't become brave and then act. You act, and bravery follows. Fear will tell you to stay where it's safe, to remain small, to delay, to wait for perfect confidence that never arrives. But if you listen closely, fear is really asking a question. Will you trust comfort more than your potential? Those who rise understand this truth. Fear does not disqualify you from greatness. It confirms that you're approaching it. The unknown always feels intimidating before it becomes familiar. Every strong version of you was once unfamiliar territory. Think of fear like a doorway. On one side is what you know. On the other is what you could become. Fear stands in the middle, not to stop, but to test your commitment, to see if you'll turn back or step through. And each time you step forward despite fear, its power weakens. Confidence is built through experience, not imagination. You learn belief by showing yourself that you can move even when your hands are shaking. You don't wait to feel fear. Move while afraid. Speak while your voice trembles. Take the step even when doubt follows close behind. Because fear fades in motion, but grows in hesitation. You are not behind because you're afraid. You are not weak because you hesitate. You are human. What matters is not whether fear appears, but whether you let it decide your future. Refuse to let fear write your ending. Step forward anyway. This is how you rise. Failure has a reputation it doesn't deserve. It's often treated like a final judgment, a label stamped across a life that says, not good enough. But failure was never meant to define you. It was meant to teach you. The moment you fail, the world is quick to draw conclusions. People attach meaning to a single setback as if it tells the whole story. But a chapter is not the book, and a stumble is not the end of the journey. Failure is an event, not an identity. What you fail at is not who you are. Every meaningful path includes wrong turns. Every strong foundation is built on attempts that didn't work. And every person who has risen to something greater has faced moments they'd rather forget. The difference is not in the word failure, but in how you interpret it. Some see failure as a burden. Others see it as information. Failure reveals what needs to change. It shows you where preparation is missing, where patience is required, where growth is still underway. It strips away illusions and replaces them with truth. While sometimes uncomfortable, is always useful. The danger isn't failing. The danger is staying down long enough to leave the failure defined. When you begin to say, I am a failure, instead of, I failed, you give a moment more power than it deserves. You confuse outcome with identity, and that confusion can keep you stuck longer than the failure ever could. Those who rise understand this distinction. They allow failure to humble them, not harden them, to refine them, not reduce them. They take responsibility without self-destruction. They learn without self-loathing. Failure also builds something success never can: resilience. It forces you to adapt, to rethink, to rebuild stronger than before. Success may feel good, but failure makes you capable. And here's the quiet truth. Most people you admire didn't succeed in spite of their failures. They succeeded because of them. Each mistake sharpened their judgment. Each loss strengthened their resolve. Each setback clarified their purpose. Failure slows you down so you can learn what speed would have missed. So when you fall, and you will, don't rush to hide it. Don't let shame convince you to stop. Stand still long enough to listen. Ask what this moment is trying to teach you. Then carry that lesson forward. Failure does not erase your worth. It does not cancel your potential. It does not decide your future. Only quitting does that. And as long as you are willing to rise, failure will remain what it has always been. A teacher, not a sentence. Most people imagine success as something loud, applause, recognition. A moment where the world finally notices. But the truth is far quieter. Real growth rarely announces itself. It happens when no one is watching, when effort goes unseen, and when progress feels slow and uncertain. Rising often happens in silence. It happens early in the morning before the world wakes up. Late at night when doubt creeps in, and there's no one left to encourage you. It happens in repetition, in the ordinary, uncelebrated moments where discipline replaces excitement and commitment outlasts motivation. The hardest part about silent growth is trust. Trusting that what you're doing matters, even when there's no immediate proof. Trusting the process when results are delayed. Trusting yourself when validation is absent. Silence can feel lonely, and that loneliness is what causes many to stop. They mistake quiet progress for failure. They assume that if no one sees it must not be quick. But the most powerful transformations occur away from the spotlight. Roots grow underground before the tree stands tall. Those who rise understand this. They don't rush for recognition. They focus on preparation. They know that strength built quietly lasts longer than confidence borrowed from applause. When success finally arrives, it looks suddenly ugly, but it disappears in the night. Silence teaches patience. It teaches you how to move forward without needing permission or praise. And in that silence, you develop something rare, the ability to believe in yourself without external confirmation. The loud moments come later. They are the echo, not the cause. Think of every time you felt overlooked, underestimated, or forgotten. Those moments weren't wasted. They were training grounds. They taught you how to stand alone, how to work without witnesses, how to rely on purpose rather than popularity. And when you rise, when the world finally notices, it won't be because of a single moment of brilliance. It will be because of hundreds of quiet decisions made when quitting would have been easier. So don't despise the silent season. Respect it, protect it, because silence is not absence, it's preparation. Every step you take in silence builds the foundation for something louder, stronger, and more lasting than momentary praise. Keep going, even when no one claps. Keep building, even when no one sees. This is how real rising begins. Pain has a way of entering life without invitation. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It doesn't explain itself. It simply arrives, and when it does, it can feel unfair, overwhelming, and deeply personal. In those moments, it's easy to believe pain exists only to take something. But pain has another purpose, one that often reveals itself much later. Pain can shape purpose. Every struggle leaves a mark. Some wounds are visible. Others are carried quietly. But none of them are meaningless unless you choose to ignore what they're trying to teach. Pain slows you down long enough to make you listen. It forces reflection. It asks you to confront truths you might otherwise avoid. Those who rise don't deny their pain. They don't pretend it didn't hurt. They acknowledge it, and then they use it. They allow pain to refine their perspective, deepen their empathy, and strengthen their resolve. Pain teaches you what truly matters. It strips away distractions and exposes what's essential. What survives pain is often your deepest value, your truest desire, your most honest self. And from that clarity, purpose begins to form. Many people try to escape pain as quickly as possible. They numb it, they bury it, they run from it. The pain that's avoided has a way of returning, stronger and more persistent. Pain that's faced, however, can become fuel. The strongest voices often come from those who once struggled to speak. The most compassionate leaders are often those who once felt unseen. And the most powerful messages often come success never can. It gives your words weight, your actions depth, your presence authenticity. When you rise after pain, you don't just rise for yourself. You become proof for others that survival is possible. Pain reshapes you. It may bend you, but it doesn't have to break you. In fact, if you allow it, pain can carve space inside you for strength, wisdom, and purpose that could not exist otherwise. One day, you'll look back and realize the moment that hurt the most also revealed the most. It showed you who you are when comfort is gone. And that version of you, the one who endured, that's the foundation of purpose. So don't waste your pain. Learn from it. Carry it wisely. And let it guide you towards something meaningful. Because pain doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to prepare you for the impact you're meant to make. There is a quiet transformation that happens when you refuse to quit. It doesn't arrive suddenly, and no one announces it. In fact, you may not even notice it while it's happening. But over time, something within you begins to change. Not just what you can do, but who you are. Every time you choose to continue and stop and feel justified, you write yourself in. You begin to see yourself differently. You're no longer someone who hopes. You become someone who endures. And endurance has a way of reshaping identity. Refusing to quit teaches you self-respect. It shows you that your word to yourself matters. That even when progress is slow, your commitment is solid. And that trust you build with yourself becomes unshakable. Once you know you won't abandon yourself in difficult moments, fear loses. Quitting preserves comfort. Refusing to quit builds character. The road doesn't get easier. You get stronger. Problems don't disappear. But your ability to face them expands. What once felt overwhelming becomes familiar territory. And with each challenge you survive, your confidence becomes quieter, deeper, and more grounded. People who refuse to quit carry a different presence. They don't need to announce their strength. It shows in how they move, how they speak, how they remain steady when others panic. Their resilience becomes part of their identity. And here's the truth. Refusing to quit doesn't just change you. It changes what's possible around you. Others draw strength from your example. Your persistence gives permission to hope. Your endurance becomes evidence that struggle can be survived. One day, you'll meet a version of yourself that only exists because you didn't stop. A version shaped by patience, sharpened by faith, strengthened by pain, and grounded in discipline. That version doesn't ask, can I handle it? It says, I've handled worse. This is how rising truly happens. Not in a single victorious moment, but in 1,000 quiet decisions to keep going. So when the urge to quit returns, and it will, remember this: quitting ends the story. Refusing to quit allows you to evolve. You are not the same person you were when you started. And you are not finished becoming who you meant to be. Refuse to quit. Dare to rise. Your future self is waiting. So if you're standing at the edge right now, tired, uncertain, questioning how much more you have to give, remember this: the moment you refuse to quit is the moment your rise begins. Not because the road gets easier, but because you become stronger. Let the struggle shape you. Let the silence build you. Let the pain refine you. And when fear whispers that this is the end, answer back with action. Refuse to quit. Dare to rise. Your story is still being written, and the best part has yet to come.